This evening, GES Critic faces another defamation lawsuit from US-based activist Mark Benchcop. Get the latest on the legal battle and allegations surrounding the controversial statements made on social media. Next up, police hunt for a vendor accused of shooting two men on the Kitty seawall. Learn more about the incident and the ongoing investigation into the suspect's whereabouts. Then, despite a significant number of dengue cases, Guyana experiences a decline in infections. Hear from Minister of Health, Dr. Frank Anthony, on the latest efforts to combat the disease and empower communities in preventative measures. Also, Georgian Public Hospital Corporation faces challenges as discharged patients occupy hospital beds. Find out how this trend is affecting healthcare efficiency and what measures the hospital is taking to address the issue. And later, tens of thousands rally in Argentina against government budget cuts to education. Get the details on the protest and the response from President Javier Milei amid the country's economic challenges. Welcome to this broadcast of Channel 2's Headline News Update for April 24th, 2024. I'm Baby Bacchus. Thank you for joining us. First up, Mikhail Rodriguez, known as the GES Critic, faces yet another defamation lawsuit, this time from US-based activist Mark Benchcop. Benchcop is seeking over $100 million in damages for alleged libel committed on January 23, 2024, during Rodriguez's Facebook show Morning Live with Critic. The lawsuit claims that defamatory statements made by Rodriguez tarnish Benchcop's personal and professional reputation. Benchcop demands the removal of these statements from the internet and seeks exemplary and aggravated damages along with interest. He asserts his status as a prominent social activist, owner of Keystone Solutions Incorporated, and host of the radio show Straight Up. Benchcop argues that the defamatory statements were intended to harm his character and reputation, causing distress to him and his family. The lawsuit, prepared by Royce Ford, alleges that the statements have no factual basis and were maliciously made to deceive the public, severely damaging Benchcop's character and reputation. Also making the headlines, police are on the hunt for a 39-year-old vendor who allegedly shot two men on the Kitty seawall near the Kitty Power Station on Wednesday last. The injured men, 34-year-old Jermaine Duncan of Cummins Park, Efield Sophia, and 32-year-old Sheldon Smith of Durban Street Lodge, both taxi drivers, are said to be in stable condition. Inquiries disclosed that Smith was celebrating his birthday with friends, including Jermaine Duncan, and sometime around 10:30 p.m., the suspect approached them in a white field wagon from a western direction. He spoke to his girlfriend, who was in the gathering on the seawalls, and they subsequently left together. Inquiries revealed that around 11:30 p.m., the suspect returned to the seawalls on a motorcycle and approached Smith, and an argument ensued. It is alleged that the suspect pulled out a handgun from his waist, pointed it in Smith's direction, and discharged several rounds, hitting him in the upper left thigh. Duncan, who was standing next to Smith, received one gunshot injury to the left side upper abdomen. The suspect then escaped. The injured men were taken to the Georgian Public Hospital Corporation. Smith has since been discharged while Duncan is still undergoing treatment. His condition is regarded as stable. Detectives processed the scene and 6 spent shells were found. Investigations are ongoing as authorities actively search for the suspect. Moving on, a businessman and a security guard are in police custody following an alleged simple larceny investigation in Regional Division 7. The incident occurred at 2 Miles Primary School between Friday, April 19th and Monday, April 22nd. The suspect, a 27-year-old security officer from 2 Miles Bartica, is accused of stealing 4 solar panels valued at $260,000 belonging to the government of Guyana. It was discovered that the theft took place after recent repairs were done to the school, during which the solar panels were replaced. The old panels were stored under the school's stairway and were noticed missing on Monday. The incident was reported to the head teacher, who contacted the police. Acting on information provided by a Bartica businessman, the police located 2 of the stolen panels in a vehicle and 2 on the roof of the businessman's building. The security guard admitted to the theft during questioning. The suspect and the businessman were cautioned, arrested, and detained. Investigations continues. Stick around when we return. 1,000 families receive house lots at Dream Realized Housing Drive And GPAC urges prompt pickup of discharged patients to free up beds.
This Mother's Day, celebrate in style and give mom the chance to win big. Simply top up with $1,000 or more for a chance to be one of 5 lucky winners of a brand new, fully stocked French door fridge with groceries worth over $550,000 each. One winner will be selected weekly from April 5th to May 9th. Start topping up today. Digicel, the network for everyone, everywhere.
Good girl forget things.
What's the problem, Granny?
I want money for borrow for those surgery. I was dancing and I fall and fracture my hip.
If you need some quick money, you should check Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop.
Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop, Lot 238 South Road Border, Georgetown. Get jewelry made to order in just 72 hours. We also accept vehicles. Lender's, best rates, longest payback period.
Boys, I get through. Plus, I could dance again.
Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop.
Fellow TikToker followers, GES Critic, and today all we will be making Chinese noodles with peppies, chow mein, chicken fritters, and spice cake. For the noodles, all of these will be using peppies, black pepper, cashew,
Chinese sauce, soy sauce, garlic sauce, paprika, Chinese seasoning, chow mein seasoning, five spice, and all-purpose seasoning.
Next, this chicken that we marinated, soak for all you don't know nothing with peppies, green seasoning, miracle seasoning,
Pepper sauce, chicken seasoning, paprika, garlic powder, jerk seasoning, black pepper, onion powder, and ginger powder, and document plantain flour, and then this butter we make with this quick piece powder, and we
boil in high. We serve with peppies, barbecue sauce. Radhika went to the supermarket and she proper buy up enough things. She feels she alone can cook, but she routine even wrong. She shaped like a Guyana map.
Peppies has a wide range of ingredients available at supermarkets nationwide. Peppies, we put the pep back into your kitchen.
Furnishing your home or office has never been easier. Here at Kissoon's, our inventory of locally made and imported furniture, offered at amazing prices, will leave you wanting more. From vinyl, floor rugs and carpets, bedroom, dining and living room sets, mattresses, pillows, office desk, chairs and filing cabinets, outdoor benches and tables. We have a piece of furniture for every room imaginable in your home or office. Check out our flagship store at Industrial Site Rijnveld or one of our branches in New Amsterdam, Port Morant, Riverton and Camp Street. Kissoon's Furniture, furnishing homes for over 50 years.
Sneakily with a gift of sight from Modern Optical Services. Let our professional team examine and prescribe what's best for your eyes. Our smiles make fashionable faces. See us for a full line of optical services, including brand name and prescription eyewear. Modern Optical Services, 316 Mill Street, Georgetown. Telephone 226-1082.
Welcome back. Some 1,000 persons received their house lots at the Ministry of Housing and Water Central Housing and Planning Authorities Dream Realized Housing Drive at the Ottochung Conference Center, Lillian Dal, earlier today. The beneficiaries were allocated lands at Enterprise and Nonpareil along the east coast of Demerara. A total of 50 families received their steel and cement vouchers, while close to 400 certificates of title were distributed. The Minister of Housing and Water, Colin Crowell, and the Minister within the Ministry, Susan Rodriguez, delivered remarks congratulating the new homeowners at the event. In other news, despite a significant number of dengue cases in Guyana this year, there has been a recent decline in infections. This is according to Minister of Health, Dr. Frank Anthony, who added that the country has experienced a significant drop in dengue cases thanks to intensified fogging efforts.
We have intensified fogging in almost all of the regions. We have teams that go out and do the fogging. And mosquitoes have a particular time in which they would be more active. So in the evenings, that's the time when they're most active, and early in the mornings. So our teams would generally go out in the evenings to do the fogging and then early in the mornings. So right now we have various teams across the country doing this. The ministry, we have bought a lot of the chemicals that are needed for fogging, and we have a number of fogging machines, and we have deployed them with staff to the different regions. So by doing that, we would see that the vector that is transmitting the virus would decrease.
Some 2,852 cases have been reported for this year. Of these, 265 individuals required hospitalization, with 2 reported deaths attributed to dengue. Regions 1, 2, 4, 6, 9, and 10 have been most affected, prompting heightened monitoring in these areas. Dr. Anthony underlined the pivotal role of the community in preventative measures such as removing stagnant water and using repellents, empowering each individual to contribute to the fight against dengue. Individuals showing dengue symptoms are encouraged to seek immediate medical attention.
If you have a fever, we are encouraging people to come to one of our facilities so that we can test you, because you don't know what is causing the fever. And we can test you and then we can advise you accordingly. Another thing that if you have fever and you don't know whether you have dengue or not, then if you get a fever, it's advisable not to use aspirins, because aspirin would contribute to bleeding. So if you have a fever, the best thing to use is paracetamol.
Testing is widely accessible, with efforts underway to procure vaccines, including a costly yet effective one developed in Japan. Minister Anthony stressed the necessity of vigilance and community cooperation in Ghana's ongoing fight against dengue. The Georgetown Public Hospital Corporation has noticed a concerning trend of patients who have been discharged occupying hospital beds due to their families failing to collect them. This issue is affecting the hospital's ability to accommodate new patients efficiently. The Georgetown Public Hospital Administration, deeply committed to patient care, is urging families to promptly arrange for the pickup of their discharged relatives. The hospital's social work department is available to assist families in coordinating discharge and transportation. Cooperation from the public is crucial in resolving this matter and ensuring that hospital resources are effectively utilized to meet healthcare needs. Don't go away after the break. New Delhi blaze, landfill fires unleash toxic clouds, and Philippines heatwave, schools close amid scorching weather.
Not a single bar of service.
Not with us. Digicel officially has the best mobile coverage in Guyana. Ookla, the company behind Speed Test, recognizes Digicel as the network with the best mobile coverage in Guyana. Be it in Aishalton or in Etteringban, we got you covered.
Digicel, the award-winning network for everyone, everywhere.
Welcome to Fortune Investment Company, your #1 eco-friendly cleaning and janitorial company in Guyana. At Fortune Investment Company, we specialize in commercial and residential cleaning. Whether it's your home or office, our experienced team is detail-focused and take pride in providing excellent services to make your spaces sparkle. Restaurants and kitchen cleaning? Aren't you tired of hearing your chef complain? Keep your culinary spaces spotless and hygienic with our dedicated maintenance services. Floor scrubbing and polishing? Elevate the look of your home or business. Give your floors a new lease on life with our professional scrubbing and polishing. But that's not all. We also offer power washing and steam cleaning. Say goodbye to dirt and moss. Our power washing services will leave your surfaces looking brand new. Revitalize your carpets, mattresses, and chairs with our thorough steam cleaning services. When you want someone to clean your space with care and without the unhealthy chemicals, you want Fortune Investment Company. Call us now at 646-0405 or 689-7558 or 639-6365 or visit us at 3430 Jacksonville Housing Scheme, North Rumville to schedule your cleaning and janitorial services. Visit our business pages at Fortune Investment Company to learn more about our services and promotion. Fortune Investment Company, where cleanliness meets perfection, because a clean space is a happy space. And remember, we do the dirty works while you stay clean.
Good girl forget things.
What's the problem, Granny? I want money for borrow for those surgery. I was dancing and I fall and fracture my hip.
If you need some quick money, you should check Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop.
Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop, Lot 238 South Road Border, Georgetown. Get jewelry made to order in just 72 hours. We also accept vehicles. Lenders, best rates, longest payback period.
Boys, I get through. Plus, I could dance again. Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop.
Cheaply with a gift of sight from Modern Optical Services. Let our professional team examine and prescribe what's best for your eyes. Our smalls make fashionable faces. See us for a full line of optical services, including brand name and prescription eyewear. Modern Optical Services, 316 Middle Street, Georgetown. Telephone 226-1082.
Furnishing your home or office has never been easier. Here at Kissoon's, our inventory of locally made and imported furniture, offered at amazing prices, will leave you wanting more. From vinyl, floor rugs and carpets, bedroom, dining and living room sets, mattresses, pillows, office desk, chairs and filing cabinets, outdoor benches and tables. We have a piece of furniture for every room imaginable in your home or office. Check out our flagship store at Industrial Site Rijnveld or one of our branches in New Amsterdam, Port Morant, Riverton and Camp Street. Kissoon's Furniture, furnishing homes for over 50 years.
Welcome back. Now we take a look at what's happening in the region and around the world. The Antigua and Barbuda government has dismissed a report by a U.S. publication claiming that the country has become a front yard for China, suggesting undue influence on the Gaston Browne administration. Newsweek magazine detailed China's increasing presence in Antigua, including a new Chinese special economic zone deal, agreements facilitating Antiguan officials' study of Chinese leader Xi Jinping's thoughts, and plans for a comprehensive business hub. Prime Minister Browne rebuffed that claim, emphasizing Antigua's commitment to its national interests and denying any intent to harm U.S. relations. Officials stress the country's sovereignty and reject Cold War-era rhetoric, advocating for friendly international relations. Tens of thousands have been rallying across Argentina against government budget cuts to education, Al Jazeera's Teresa Bow explains.
Thousands of people carrying books took over Plaza de Mayo in front of the presidential palace. They say public education is at risk, and that's why they want the government of Libertarian President Javier Milei to know they'll be here to defend it. Leandro Vergara is the Dean of the University of Buenos Aires Law School.
Education is a constitutional right, and it's the job of the state to promote public education and high-level education. It provides opportunity and is at the center of any type of development.
The University of Buenos Aires is free and is considered to be among the top universities in the world. People say it's a matter of national pride.
Faculty, students and staff from public universities have all come here to defend public education. There's over 60 public universities in Argentina and they depend on the national budget. But since Javier Milei took office, funding for these universities have not increased in spite of soaring inflation.
Government officials accuse universities of irregularities and want to carry out an audit. Milei addressed the nation on Monday, saying he will continue with his austerity plan to jumpstart the economy.
We announced when we took office that the situation is so serious that Argentina has no time for gradualism, and that's why we implemented the most ambitious shock plan in our history.
But people here say Milei is making a mistake.
When I was studying during the dictatorship in the 1970s, the military closed my university, and I defend the University of Buenos Aires because it is the best we have in education.
An education that has provided an opportunity to higher education to millions of people in the country. They showed up on the streets in times of need to tell the government the budget cuts need to happen somewhere else. Teresa Bo, Al Jazeera, Buenos Aires.
Internationally, a giant landfill on the outskirts of India's capital has caught fire, unleashing a toxic cloud of smoke across New Delhi. And while local authorities say they have managed to contain the blaze, it's the smoke that is raising growing health concerns. Al Jazeera's Hashim Al-Bara reports.
One of India's largest mountains of rubbish is on fire. The landfill is the size of 40 football fields and is 65 meters tall. It caught fire on Sunday as temperatures soared. Authorities say the blaze is now under control, but residents in densely populated areas of New Delhi are concerned about its toxic cloud of smoke.
Our eyes are burning and none of us are able to step out of our houses. The condition is so bad that children end up crying.
This isn't the first time a landfill has caught fire during a heat wave, and the thick layer of smoke is causing breathing problems.
We used 10 to 12 extinguishers, and the situation is now under control. The smoke issue will also be resolved soon.
The landfill reached capacity in 2002, yet waste has continued to pile up, polluting the air and putting people's lives in danger. Authorities are under mounting pressure to find a permanent solution to India's waste problems.
The landfills produce gas which induces fire. Any kind of wet metal or wet waste, which has been suppressed for too long, has the potential to generate heat, which in turn leads to fuming gas that causes fire to break out.
The ruling Bharatiya Janata Party is distancing itself from the crisis, blaming the state's leader, who's currently in jail. Indian cities dump more than 60 million tons of waste each year. Environmentalists warn of a national catastrophe if the situation remains unresolved. Hashim Al-Bara, Al Jazeera.
Finally, the Philippines is sweltering in a heat wave that is forecasted to last for a few more weeks, with temperatures rising even higher. Thousands of schools have suspended in-person classes and are now teaching online. It's prompted concerns that the quality of education, already one of the worst in the world, could further deteriorate. Al Jazeera's Barnaby Lowe reports.
Andrea Faldaz hasn't been to school for days. Instead, she's taking classes online. Her school is closed, as are thousands of others across the Philippines, during a heat wave that's lasted weeks. The government has given administrators permission to suspend classes when the forecast hits 40 degrees Celsius. Parents say it's good to have the option to learn online, but it isn't ideal.
It was a benefit of the pandemic that we can opt to choose either online or modular. But for me, learning needs a face-to-face interaction. So I prefer face-to-face learning for her.
Andrea agrees, but also says she finds it unbearable to sit in a classroom for hours.
It does affect my learning because sometimes when I'm in school and it's 39 degrees Celsius, I sometimes get my nosebleed.
It's threatening to worsen the already poor quality of learning among Filipino school children. A study by the World Bank last year found almost all 10-year-olds couldn't read simple text.
There are many pupils who were promoted to the next level of the grade level, but we found out that they are non-readers or they could hardly write, maybe because they are using tablet or cell phone They are only using their fingers, so when you ask them to write, they could not.
The government had hoped the return to classroom learning would bridge the gap, but climate change is slowing efforts.
While schools here in the Philippines have been taking measures to cope with the heat, the Education Department has decided to take a more concrete step. It's ordered public schools to gradually return to the old academic calendar, where students take a break during the hottest months of March to May by 2028, instead of June to July, when typhoons and monsoon rains are frequent.
Education isn't the only sector affected. On Monday, 19 cars parked at Manila's airport were destroyed by what's believed to be a grass fire. Power plants are going offline and water reservoirs are drying up. And the damage to agriculture, exacerbated by a drought caused by the El Niño weather pattern, is estimated at nearly $70 million. Barnabilo, Al Jazeera, Manila.
This brings us to the end of the regional and global news coverage. Up next is the 3-day weather forecast. And that's Safe TV2 headline news for this Wednesday evening. As we take our leave, we invite you to follow us on Facebook and YouTube. You can tune in tomorrow at 6:30 a.m. for a rebroadcast and at 7 p.m. for more news. Until then, please take care of yourself and each other.